So there we go. So using that process, I was confined by a certain process. There's still lots of options, but because of that set limitation, it produced a chord progression which I normally would not come up with. Sometimes having a process can help our creativity go into new directions and encourage us to try new things. So it can help us to get out of the sort of typical thing, like if we have a chord progression in the key of C major, for example, we will tend to use the chords of C major, especially the primary chords C, F, G, or some of the standard chords within the key, C, F, G, C, that kind of thing, which is great. And there's lots of things you can do with those types of chords. But if you use a process, which is like almost like a formula that you're almost limited by, that can actually lead you into some new and exciting directions. So one process that you could try, this is just one and you could make up your own, but this is just one. So here's a process. Major chord must move to minor chord and vice versa. So your first chord's major, the next one's minor, and then the next one's major, and the next one's minor, and so on. So there's one limitation. And then the other limitation is that the bass note must move by step or by a third. So if we're moving the bass, if we're starting on E, then we must move by step, either up or down, so down to D or up to F, and then we need to move by a third, up or down. So we're going to use these two limitations to create a chord progression, and this is one progression here that's created from this process. So we're going to start on F, we go up a step to G minor, so F major to G minor. So minor chord, up one step in the bass. And then we're going to go down a third, so now minor to major, down to E major. And then up a half step to F minor. And up a third to A major. And then up a half step to B flat minor. And then up a third to D major. So I'll play that now. All the way through without speaking so you can kind of hear it. And now I'll kind of build on it a bit more, different voicings. Again, F major, G minor, so there we go. So using that process, I was confined by a certain process. There's still lots of options, but because of that set limitation, it produced a chord progression which I normally would not come up with. I'd normally be thinking, the kind of conventional thing, or what my fingers want to do, what my fingers have been trained to do. So this can kind of help you to get outside of the box a little bit. And you can definitely come up with your own formula, but give this one a go if you want to try this one, and then you can try your own. Minor must move to diminished, and then you must move up a third and then down a sixth, whatever. There are many different formulas you could create. You could maybe ask AI to create one for you if you wanted to. So hope you enjoy that process.